Today is a really good day to pay attention to what frustrates you. Hey, this is Tracy with Tracy Talks. Welcome. Can you do me a favor? Can you hit the subscribe button? Thanks. If we listen to the manifesting propaganda, the goal is to walk through the world and see the positive side of everything. We don't want to feel anger. We don't want to feel frustration. We don't want to feel all of those, quote, negative emotions. And when they do come up in us, how can we transform those into a positive situation? If that theory works for you, great. If that's what's happening in your life, I love that for you. But I've learned that that doesn't work for me. Mars is a key player in my design. And I have a lot of power with my Mars when I choose to actively work with the energy. And that doesn't mean that I deny it. That doesn't mean that I pretend that things don't bother me. Because then I'm not working with the information that I'm getting. And today there's a planetary alignment in the sky that has the potential to bring issues right to our face. And there can be these things that come up that weren't planned, weren't expected. And it's a matter of feeling that feeling of frustration, of feeling that limitation, of feeling that energetic surge, whatever it is for you. And don't deny it, and don't try to redirect, and don't even really respond. The information that we're looking for sometimes is right there in that moment, and it's a matter of what is really bothering me? What is happening now that is 5 layers underneath this moment? I mean, sometimes we're angry about the moment, but sometimes I know for myself is when I get angry, it's not about what's actually happening now. It was about that this is the 5th time that this has happened with this person, or this keeps reoccurring, and am I really angry with myself because I can't find the words to say what I want to say? Am I really angry with not taking an action? I've chosen to start working with this energy more in a reflective type of scenario. Instead of saying somebody upset me, why am I so upset? Why am I angry now? And maybe since it's an American holiday, a national day of observation, that people are a little more relaxed and in a different state of mind. And hopefully there are people who are maybe a little more reflective today. Because the energy out there in the world is real. And we can feel it, whether we want to recognize it or not. We are participating in it, whether we act like we are or are not. Like, we are not separate from what is happening in the world. And sometimes it feels like we're doing ourselves a disservice when we continually try to take ourselves out of the game and deny what's happening, deny these feelings that we're having, and pretend that everything is really okay. And I can hear some people saying, but I can't deal with it. So I have to redirect myself. I can't watch the news. I can't go to these sites. I just can't participate in it because it is too much. And the only thing that I want to maybe push back on that a little bit is that way of living flowing over into other parts of your life? Where I get watching the news is too much, and I get that we can't stay in this heightened state of distress. But are you also allowing that to flow over into other areas of your life? have you just shut down everywhere instead of just to the news? I know for myself that when things in one area of my life get to be too much, and maybe I don't want to look at it, I also notice that it does filter over into kind of all of my relationships and what I do have energy for. And maybe that's not the best thing, to shut down to everything in my life. And it becomes about, okay, so how can I shut down to this one thing and still stay open? Still keep my heart open? Still keep my mind open? And where is that balance for me? And what does that look like for me? So today has a lot of potent energy just to be aware of, just to know that there is, and I do feel like there is a silver lining in things. That doesn't mean that I am a denier. That doesn't mean that I am putting on my rose-colored glasses. But when I pay attention to where I have the emotional reactions, and when I pay attention to what matters, and when I feel into my body about why am I angry, or what is happening outside of my control, what is it really trying to tell me? Because at this point in my life, I don't want to move to these frustrating aspects. I want to surround myself with people and circumstances that believe in me, that support me, that feel like they are a natural, cohesive fit. And it's not completely realistic to think that I can live in a world that is conflict-free. But when I show up to certain circumstances and I get the same feeling and I get the same results and I leave feeling the same way, I have to start to recognize that that is always going to be the result that I get in that situation, unless something happens, unless myself or the circumstance greatly change. And that's sometimes how it's going to be. And what do I do with that information? Do I in the future just say kindly, no thank you? And move towards something that does feel more aligned with me. And this is the place that I've reached in my life. I am just trying to be a leaf in the wind and flow to the things that feel more natural, that feel more aligned. And if this always makes me feel like this, and this brings up that anger in me, and this brings up these feelings of inadequate and insecure, then let me move over here and surround myself with people and circumstances who don't make me question myself all of the time. Mars square Pluto is one of those aspects in the sky that can bring out a lot of conflict. It's not that the conflict is inherently bad. And when I am open to the messages and the situation, maybe this is a time when I can really do some good work. And good in the sense of intense work that's going to offer some rich rewards. And if Mars isn't a prominent character in your design, then it may not show up as intense for you in your personal life. And if Mars is a key figure in your design, like it is in mine, it's going to be one of these days where I'm going to try to self-soothe, provide myself with care, and lean into activities that really nurture and support me. Like, this isn't a time to go out and try to prove oneself in the world. It's a good day to lay low, sleep in, listen to your body, listen to what you need. And if something does happen to come up, maybe journal about it, write it down. Write about your feelings and what is creating those intense emotions. And this too shall pass. The sun will come up tomorrow, but it's just a good day to be aware. Thank you for listening to this episode of Tracy Talks. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe, and share with others who would enjoy listening to this podcast. Friends can find Tracy Talks available on iTunes, Spotify, Substack, and YouTube. Hit me up on Instagram and Facebook at More Tracy Talks. And until next time, we meet again.